All right, welcome, beautiful souls. Let's do a little bit of an energy clearing today. I'm coming to you on March 30th. We have the sun in the fiery sign of Aries, and the moon is in the deep sign of Scorpio. So what I'm finding is just this side of the Libra full moon, it seems to be a lot of intellectual processing going on right now. Just understand that we're still processing, and the wounds that we've let go of, the healing that we've done. I believe one of the astrologers I listened to, Christopher Witecki, was talking about this energy, and sure enough, I'm definitely experiencing that highly busy intellectual mind at nighttime. So if you are as well, just kind of try to draw that busy intellectual thinking down into your heart space so that you can kind of balance that out. My kitty's playing with their toys right now. So I'm feeling very energetic, but yet very tired today. So you could be feeling that as well. I feel it's just because we are in such transformational times, as we all know, and the best course of action for that is just trying to draw that energy. There's such a busy type of energy happening. I want to take a moment to share with you my passion of astrology, and the reason I started studying my own birth chart is because it's such a beautiful roadmap. I mean, Creator made no accident by exactly a snapshot of the energy and the placements the moment we were born. And so what I always say is, excuse me, we need to throw away our social security numbers, which is all about tracking and man's law, and give everybody their birth chart the moment they're born, because it can really help guide us like a rudder on the ship to what we can transform and what we can heal and what we can get on our mission of our true purpose in life. And so my girlfriend just recently asked me, who do I listen to? And I'm just going to ramble off a few of the astrologers that I learned from. My first and foremost, it's hard to pick one favorite one, but the one that I'm going to be taking courses with is Brian Coulter. And there's many other ones that I listen to. Pam Gregory, Braca Goldsmith, the Leo King, of course. Ethan with Mastering the Zodiac. He does sidereal, but I do listen, because studying your birth chart, even if you are not into astrology, I highly suggest getting your birth chart and studying it. You will be blown away on paper, seeing ways that, like, whoa, I'm seeing myself written out on paper. So it's very beneficial. And because we are going into the dawn of the new age, the dawn of light, the dawn of the age of Aquarius, more and more people will start kind of merging and purging. We're seeing the split in society right now with humanity, where some are still trusting and just going with the herd mentality of thinking that these certain entities have the best interest of them in heart, and others are splitting off going, you know what, no, I'm here for way more than this, I'm sovereign. And so we're seeing that split. I also would like to highlight that we have Uranus in Taurus all the way through 2026. Uranus is the disruptor. Taurus is our food values. So this is I never share astrology from a warning perspective. That's why I'm going to be taking courses with Brian Coulter. He shares evolutionary astrology, which is how to use the current energy to work and flow through us, versus saying this is bad, this is a bad planet, or this is a bad aspect, versus, this is a good one. It's not really the way it was ever intended to be. Of course, you can use the energies and the current placements to send out an awareness to people, And so I'm going to share real quick a couple of the books after I got my astrology chart, and of course listening and taking in, because I love to learn. We're on the human plane to learn, so I will be a constant both student and teacher throughout my lifetime, and I hope that you will be too. But one of the very first books that I received to help me understand or understand the astrology as I was studying my own chart was The Missing Element by Deborah Silverman. And the reason this is so powerful is because each one of us is made up of all 4 elements plus ether, right? Spirit. And so this book helped me to see what I was a little out of balance within myself, whether I needed more water or more fire. So The Missing Elements is a wonderful book. And the reason, my approach to learning and sharing astrology is for us to work with it. So that's why, again, I'll be taking courses with Brian Coulter. And another one I received is because of the, exact degrees in our birth chart, was the Sabian symbol one that I find is just beautiful. And the one that I truly want by Dane Rudabar, I think his name is pretty costly, so I settled with this one for now, but it's pretty cool. And in the near future, I will be doing a 12 video series on the 12 faces of the goddess. A girlfriend of mine a while back shared a YouTube video with me, and this book was brought up. So I will be starting with Aries, and I'm just going to do a 12-part video reading this and sharing this beautiful goddess book for all 12 signs, Aries through Pisces. I don't think it has Ophiuchus in it, but I've been studying Ophiuchus, and there's no coincidence that it's been hidden. It didn't change anything when it's been, it's always been there. But humans started going, oh, we discovered this. No, that's because it was purposely hidden. And to me, I don't know this, but I just have a feeling that it's about ether. It's about spirit. And so, who else do I listen to that I really love? Molly McCord. There's just so many. I listen to many different ones. Many different ones. And I can visualize one of the female astrologers that I listen to, but I can't think of her name right now. So anyway, that's just a few of them that I learned from. If you're interested in, getting into your birth chart yourself, I highly recommend it. So anyway, we have this moon in Scorpio today, very deep. I'm feeling it. Our emotions and our intellect could be reflecting upon a lot of deep things, especially with the healing processes that we have all hopefully started on our journey. And then again, just prepare yourself with some non-perishables. Always have that on hand. This is not on of a warning or a fear, but because Uranus is the disruptor, we just had that ship blocking the Suez Canal, which I feel there's an undercurrent to that as well. But regardless of that, there's going to be a disruption, and it could be caused from that. It could be caused from weather, because Uranus is about it's the great awakener, but it's also the disruptor, and it's in that fixed earth sign where it is our food, monetary values. So just keep that in mind, and kind of always have yourself a little bit prepared for that in case you have to, in case things completely shut down for a while again. I think many of us learned that in 2020 with the toilet paper craze, which I find just crazy how people get when they're in that fight or flight. And always remember that spirit has your back. That's the first and foremost thing. I wanted to share this from my Jesus Calling this morning because this book has been a life changer for me. I've always loved the Yeshua, but not so much now that I'm awake and aware that it had little to do with religion and more so about the Christ consciousness. And this book has been a go-to for me since my son transitioned in 2014. So it's about finding those still, quiet moments in the center of your Christed heart to have that strong foundation as we are weathering. That's another thing I wanted to mention. On the top of the chart today is where the majority of the planets are. So I tend to find through studying myself in the astrology that when all the planets are in that top hemisphere of the chart, we seem to be, I found this to be where we seem to be more outwardly thinking. And the only thing that's on that lower quadrant of the chart, let me show you in case you're not aware of what I'm talking about. So this is just my birth natal chart. I don't have the current chart printed out. I have it up in front of me. So this is my personal chart, but this is like upper quadrant, lower quadrant. And today we have majority of the planets are in the upper quadrant and only the moon is in this bottom half of the pie, right? So when that happens, I find, I got blue on my hands from playing with my color in my hair last night. So you may be outwardly thinking and it may be very deep. So I'll kind of try to reel that energy back into your heart space. That's where we can find the calmness. That's where we can not really escape from, but kind of go into that center of who we truly are. Being anchored in the heart, that Christ energy, where we find great comfort. So I'm briefly going to share this, and it's from my Jesus Calling. I am taking care of you. Trust me at all times. Trust me in all circumstances. Trust me with all your heart. When you are weary and everything seems to be going wrong, you can still utter these words, I trust you, Yeshua. By doing so, you release matters into my control and you fall back into the security of my everlasting arms. Right? Christ was, to me, the ultimate compassion. And that's where I do find comfort. Before you arise from your bed in the morning, I have already arranged the events of your day. Every day provides many opportunities for you to learn my ways and grow closer to me. So what does that mean? Growing closer to your own divinity. Created in his, her image. You have it right within your heart space. Anchor it there. Weather the storms there, right? Signs of my presence brighten even the dullest day. And when you have eyes that really see. So when you have eyes that really see. Many of us are seeing through the lies and the delusional sociopath energy right now in the earth plane, and it's like, whoa, holy shit. But if we can just sink back and anchor into our hearts, that's where we can weather the storms of the life. Search for me as for hidden treasure. I thought that was my cat. Search for me as for hidden treasure. I will be found by you. So go into that heart and trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean on your own understanding. And that's out of Proverbs 3:5. So it's all about going into that heart space so that we can, because things are so intense. I mean, you'd have to be completely, so many people disconnected from their heart spaces. That's why we're seeing the sociopaths trying to control and dominate over top of us. And to me, it's just like so clear and so obvious what is happening, and how we can just weather that is by remembering our divinity and going into our heart space. And I know it's not easy. I have a lot of earth in me. I'm an earth baby. And so I catch myself getting wound up in the injustices that are taking place in the world right now with humans. But it's really for the benefit of myself and others to reel yourself back into that heart space and allow your clarity, allowing your third eye to come online, stay online, and it's not easy to be living in that compassionate heart in this world with humans the way they are right now, but I believe there's awakening happening that's not going to be stopped by any of the sociopaths on the earth plane. And again, I'm sure you're aware of it. You can see the split in humanity right now, and it's, you know, it's heartbreaking for somebody that's, I just always see it as in like Yeshua being persecuted for just calling bullshit on people's, you know, the synagogues where they were preaching their preach but not walking the talk of it, you know. And I find that very symbolic. And that, here we go with the Scorpio moon. I feel like I'm getting emotional, but I just want you to know that if you're new to my channel today, I want the best for you. I am a firm believer in loving yourself first and being your biggest investment, being yourself, and that encouragement of gaining your spiritual muscles so that you're not alone and not feeling isolated and alone. And by all means, I know firsthand what it feels like to truly lose hope, and I don't wish that on anybody. So I hope that you feel the love and the presence within your heart, and I hope that I reflect and mirror that to you, that you're worthy of good things, and that you are loved, and that you are love. And you know, faith is unseen. It's something that has to be felt, and when that wavers, it's just a very real feeling thing as we're having this human experience. But keep going into that heart space and allow that anchor to be anchored in your heart. So I'm going to clear the energy real quick, because I am definitely feeling powerful energy with this moon in Scorpio today. And then we have that fire in Aries, you know, the I am. So let's see if I can try to do this without getting your motion sick. And as I'm playing the singing bowl, just take a few centering breaths and allow your consciousness to go to any part of your body that may be feeling tension, worry, fear, any of the low vibrations. Don't shame it if you're feeling it. Just allow this frequency to absorb and kind of call upon the God, creator, universe, however you do it, to draw that golden white light down through your whole body. Take some nice deep breaths as I'm playing this. Draw that golden white light down through your crown, through your heart, all the way down through your legs. Feel that energy connecting to the earth, grounding you, connecting you, feeling safe in your body, feeling present in your body. Take a nice deep breath up through your feet, all the way up through your heart chakra. Take that breath all the way up through your crown, setting the intention to be connected not only with spirit, your higher self, but being present and grounded in your body. One more. Breathe this last breath in through your crown, up through your feet, meeting in the heart space. Expanding your heart. One more just the same way, down through your crown, up through your feet, meeting in your heart chakra. Nice deep exhale. Giving thanks for that clearing of our energy, the groundedness, the connection to spirit. All right, let's draw one card before I let y'all go today. This is just a little bit of a daily, I call them the daily dose, even though they're not on daily, but I come to you when spirit tugs on me to share whatever random sharing we have for the day. I hope you find peace here. Let's see, what do we got? I already said my prayers before I came on today because I needed to clear my energy and call upon the Holy Spirit to just fill me up with guidance, compassion, and for eyes to see and a heart to expand. Ace of Pentacles, wise investment. I say here often, your biggest investment is yourself. Six of Swords, tranquility ahead. Okay. So we got the Ace of Swords, sorry, that's next. Six of Swords. We got the Ace of Pentacles. So this is an earth energy. This is our body. This is perhaps you coming into more balance with the energy of the full moon that we are still in, where we're needing balance, we're needing justice, divine justice, harmony within ourselves, allowing for yourself for the growth. And this wise investment, always with this Ace of Pentacles, for me, is to be invested in yourself. We have to love ourselves, nurture ourselves, ground ourselves in our body. A lot of us have had a lot of lower chakra, root chakra things coming up. We're in that I am. We're in Aries season. Aries is, boom, we're birthed into a body. It's our ego. Again, let me clarify, because so many people mislead on the ego. The ego is not a bad thing, but that I am is that first spark of life when we are, it's birthed spirit, our soul incarnate. And so being safe here, and a lot of us having past life fears and wounds and lower chakra things coming up. A lot of that is from Pisces to Aries, we are born into patterns, and that holds within us on a cellular level, right? The DNA, the unseen part, it's a program. So many of us are reprogramming ourselves. And don't shame yourself if you have those lower chakra fear, not feeling safe, not feeling heard. That's another thing coming up with the feminine energy. The feminine's been so suppressed and oppressed that, we could be reflecting today or in the near future. These are always timeless messages about not feeling heard. And I think that's coming up for a lot of us on the collective. And so validate yourself, invest in yourself, allow for growth. Then we have the Six of Swords, tranquility ahead. And I love this card every time. So if you've been busy in the brain like me, the full moon energy is so intense right now. The Sunday night, it wasn't visible. Of course, it doesn't matter if it's visible or not. We're still feeling it. But last night it was visible and it was very bright. And it's all about this tranquility ahead. We have to find the balance. We have to have, Libra energy is about balance, justice, equality. It's the Aries I am, and the other sign, the opposite sign, is Libra, and it's about bringing those scales up and balancing them between us. And I know for many of us, because of the intensity in the third density, if you're awakened on your path, it can feel like that scale can get tipped. But just keep investing in yourself, because that lilac field ahead, that purple, very beautiful card, that tranquility can be brought through you in any moment when you just stop and settle and anchor into your heart space. Excuse me. Invest in yourself. Do your shadow work And you know what? We're spirit having a human experience. None of us are perfect. Don't strive to be perfect, because you'll just be setting yourself up. We're not perfect. We're here to learn. This earth plane is very difficult for many of us sensitives. And so just invest in yourself. Love yourself. Ground yourself in your body, and go into your heart space and try to call upon spirit to help comfort you and soothe you. And if you can do that, even mindfulness, meditation, again, this electrifying energy with Uranus squaring Taurus all year is not going to be simple. It's not going to feel comfortable. We're going from old ways to new ways, and we're seeing a split, and you see all this polarity and duality of the earth plane, and many people wanting to keep you in that duality, whether it be color or gender and all that. So we got this spiritual war going on. Where you can find your balance and tranquility is by settling into your heart space, seeing things for what they are, creating that tranquility. Because obviously there's so many sociopaths on the earth plane. They're not going to create that. They're giving false hope, dangling a carrot in front of people, misleading them into false light. So invest in yourself. And that is where, with this swords energy, you can balance that intellectual mind by calling it down into your heart space, being anchored there, and really allowing for growth within you, right? And just keep trusting and having faith in your higher self, in the divine, in the creator. And I think that's it for today. I'm feeling like I need to go ground. Yesterday was a complete different energy. Like Monday was like, whoo, I just feel balanced. It was very chill yesterday. And then all of a sudden the intellectual crap started again. But I do remember Christopher Witecki, which is on Soul Garden TV, one of the astrologers I also listen to, kind of bringing up the astrological weather that we were going to have for the week. And he kind of shared about this, it's really a lot of us reflecting upon old things that we're done with, but it isn't going to stick, because the new way and our new identity going forward, the seed's already been planted if you're on your journey. So I send this to you guys with so much love today. Thank you so much to the new subscribers and to the returning listeners that have stuck by me this whole time. I appreciate you just as much, and I appreciate your interaction in the comments, your like, and I send this to you guys with so much love. Have a beautiful day. Shalom.